Hi everyone, my name is Lorian and today I'm going to be explaining and demonstrating what an associative array is. First off, I'm going to be doing this coding in PHP, which is a scripting language often used in web development within HTML. When someone creates, it's typically their first website, it's a static site. It's basically code that has been inputted and then accessed and displayed on a web browser. One major advantage of using PHP within a website is that PHP interacts with the server and in a way behind the scenes with the user and allows a site to become dynamic and interactive. So HTML combined with PHP and also CSS gives a designer the ability to create quality and high-end websites. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of background there, and now that that's established, I'm going to be talking about one component of PHP called an associative array. And I'm going to introduce a few important terms just so there's some basics given here. So the first term I want to talk about is a variable. And what is a variable? And I think most of us know what this is, but basically allows us to name something, to place something, to hold something. And then when you put an equal sign in there, which is called the assignment operator, you can put something after that and make that variable equal to anything. It represents whatever you decide to make it represent. So an array, I think of it like a bigger storage holder for groups. And I think a typical array that most of us probably started with was a numerical array. And I'm going to just show you one of those. I'm going to pull up NetBeans here for you. Hopefully you can see my screen well. Okay, so if any of you have had any classes with me, you may know that I love baking and I use it in a lot of my examples. So this is just a simple numerical array. I'm going to get on to associative arrays, but I thought it was important to at least kind of cover this first. So here our array name is baking, and then the numbers are called the key, and then the equal sign is the assignment operator, and then after that in the quotes is the value that's assigned to it. And as we know, it starts with 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. So this would be an array with 4 items in the group. Okay, so then I'm just going to add a line here because that alone isn't really going to do anything as far as what a user could see, but this is just a simple print statement, and this just shows that your array is showing and it's working. Okay, so basically what an associative array is instead of these numbers representing each of the items in the group, you can assign a string. You can assign another name, another number, anything that a string could be. So let me give you an example of that. Okay, so here I did another array named trees, and so trees is the array name, and then inside of the maple, birch, and pine, inside those brackets there, those keys, instead of being numerical, are now strings, and this makes it an associative array. And then the equal sign, that assignment operator is there, and then the value is the number there. So let me show you something you can do with that. So this is just a simple echo statement, and I've added in just a little bit, like a sentence, to make a sentence. And I inserted the array in there, and let's see what happens when we load this. So it automatically takes the information that's in that array and outputs it. So there's a few things that's important to look for in your coding, and this is the same with really any coding, but a lot of times when an array isn't working right, you just have something simple that needs to be fixed. So it might be something like a semicolon, and luckily with programs like NetBeans, as soon as that happens, you'll see a little error pop up, and hopefully it won't take you too long to notice that, oh, I need to make sure I add that there. Another thing that you need to remember is that, like any variable with coding, is that they're case sensitive. So you want to make sure you don't accidentally capitalize one. You're going to want to keep it here so they're all the same. Okay, well that is all I have in my head about associative arrays. I can definitely see where these would be very helpful within a website, especially when it's easy when we just have 3 or 4 items in a group, but what if you had 2,000 items in a group? It would be so much more cumbersome to have to, deal with each thing individually, whereas with an array you can just go in and update just the item or the value that needs updating. So I hope you learned something, and I hope everybody has a good rest of the week. Bye.